It's race day.
Vlog 9.
I cannot feel my fingers. Today we are headed over to Moorways Stadium in Derby. We are back at Notts and Derby, which I'm excited to be racing on Saturday again. Today's race is organised by Empella, who also organised the Derby round of the National Trophy. So I'm interested to see whether the course somewhat resembles the National Trophy that is at Derby as well, or whether it's totally different. They've not done a Notts and Derby at Moorways for like 10 years, so it's going to be really interesting to see if the course is the same as it used to be or whether it's similar to the trophy. I'm not sure, but it's been a major frost overnight, so everything's going to be super cold and icy and frozen, so it's going to be an interesting day, but I'm praying for mud. I just want some mud. A Yorkshireman in his natural habitat of coldness. We've made it to a foggy, chilly, frosty Derby. It's definitely not the same course as the trophy because we're currently parked on the start-finish straight, so I don't think we're going to be using this part of it. Oh, you can see the grid lines and everything. So definitely a different course. So we're going to go and have a little wander around now, find the toilets and see how muddy it is, because you're right, it's not frozen. It's not. So see if it's muddy. I'm praying for some mud. Really want some mud. I don't want it to be dry and fast, I need it to be muddy. So we'll see what the rest of the course is like. We've had a bit of an inspection of the course and it's going to get quite muddy, we think, because it's not cold enough for everything to be fully frozen. And it's quite a long course, so they've used probably 3/4 of the trophy course they've used or similar. Do you think that's going to be quite long laps? But then we thought that Berry Hill was really long laps, so didn't we? How many did I do there? 5? So we'll probably do 5-ish laps of this. We're going to get changed now. Frosty underfoot. I feel like one of the worst parts of the days like this is when it's so cold and trying to get changed. It's so cold. There's so many cold children crying. Oh my god, it's so cold. I'm ready. I have just ridden a fraction of the course, not much of the course at all, and I cannot feel my fingers. Couldn't even press the button just then to record. It is so cold and it is super sticky mud. It is not free-flowing watery mud. It is very sticky. So there's going to be a lot of running because the running is just going to be way quicker. So I have to get back to my good decision making. The kiddies have just started as well, so I've ridden a little bit of the course but loads of running. Running and thick sticky mud are my words of the day, so I'm going to go find the toilet now because I need a wee. The good thing is we have nice warm toilets here because we're at a sports complex, so we've got inside warm toilets, so I'm gonna go and warm up in the toilets and warm my fingers up because I can't feel them. It is 20 to 1 now, so I've got an hour until my race. Muddy, slippy, lots of running is where we're at. I've pretty much warmed up. I've ridden around the rest of the course, so I'm going to put my heart rate monitor on, get on the turbo and start my warm-up basically. Good evening, it is Sunday night, so I'm popping on here for a quick race report and a bit of an overview of yesterday's race. Overall, results wise, I am super happy with the race. Yesterday was my second best result wise because I was still 4th senior, so super chuffed with that actually, and 15th overall. I didn't think that I was that high up, if we want to call it high up. I didn't think that I had, I didn't think I'd got that position based on my performance in the first lap for sure. So straight off the bat, I had a really good start, and then for the rest of lap 1, I just proceeded to completely forget how to ride a bike. I was just making silly decisions. So I was, in a way, you know, when I fell off, because it was Slip City yesterday, it was so greasy, so many off cambers, people fell off left, right and centre, everyone was falling off yesterday. But some of the decisions that I made when getting back on my bike, as I was doing them, I was saying to myself, what are you doing? What are you doing? Why are you doing this? There was a couple of times where instead of running and jumping and remounting, I stopped, kicked my leg over my bike and didn't start moving forwards until I was on the saddle. Probably wasted 10 seconds doing that, and I probably did that 3 times. I think because I'd had a pretty good start, I was sort of like, oh my god, I've had a good start, I need to make sure that I keep this position, and then all of a sudden it was like bam. I was trying to make myself run and my body just did not want to. I was just doing these really big long steps and I was trying to make myself run, but for some reason, I don't know why, I had a bit of a block. The second lap, I sort of like pulled myself together and was like, right, come on. And I went a bit faster and I didn't make quite as many silly decisions of lines and things, so I wasn't falling off quite as much. I've never raced when it's been that cold before, and I was stood on the start line without any of my layers on for probably 4-5 minutes, and I really felt myself getting cold. It was so great to see so many people. I think because last week was a links league and I didn't really know anyone, didn't speak to that many people, and sort of it was just, we were a little bit isolated last week. So then this week coming here, back to Notts and Derby, back to the home league, was so nice. There were so many people cheering me on in the race, which was amazing. Thank you so much for all the cheers. It was just great to see everyone. I caught up with loads of people and it was really nice to see everyone. Empella did an awesome job of organising and it was a really good course. The pits were great. So I changed every half lap. So I did 10 bike changes, which was totally necessary, totally worth it, because the mud was so claggy. So yesterday's learning points were be better at running. I did really struggle on that bit and I know I lost a lot of time. I probably could have gained a few more places if I had just frankly made myself run. I should have pushed myself a bit further and that was totally on me. Takeaway number 2, this was such a handy tip from my dad. I put a little bit of a cushioning on my shoulder, so underneath my skin suit. It was actually just a face flannel, folded it in half and I put it down my skin suit on my right hand side, and that made such a difference when I was running with my bike. The last thing I wanted to say is a massive get well soon to Liz Brigden. She was unfortunately knocked off her bike last week. She rides for Ilkeston CC and I was told yesterday at the race that she's been involved in this really quite serious accident. She's got a fractured vertebrae and various other injuries, and I just wanted to send a massive get well soon to Liz. Liz races with us at Notts and Derby. I've also done some crits with Liz, so I just wanted to say a massive get well soon, Liz. Really wishing all the best for you, and I'm really sorry that this happened. I think that pretty much rounds up the vlog for this week. Next week is the East Midlands Regional Champs. We are at Misterton Hall next Sunday. I'm not looking forward to a Sunday race. I don't like Sunday races, but it's the East Mids Regional Champs. Hopefully I will see some of you there. My social links are in the description, and I really hope that you enjoyed this vlog, and I will see you next week.